the directors of the National Housing, together with the entire National Housing Corporation team, many of whom are our own here, whether it's Agutu Jakorayo, or whether it's Mr. Ofwa, or whether, I mean, your team has a lot of people who might not, you might lose them on the way to Kisumu. And gender, yeah, so we are very, very pleased to be able to host you, the Speaker of the County Assembly, together with the Leader of Majority, the leadership. I can see the Deputy Speaker, I see the Chairman of Lands, the relevant committee, Budget, Park, the CCs, whom I will introduce. They only await now to eat the Bible, but otherwise the Assembly has given them a nod, so they have one leg in the door. That is Mr. Polycarp Congo, who is CC coming in for trade, cooperatives, enterprise development and marketing. We have Solomon Obiero, who's coming in as the CC for finance and economic planning, I think. And then of course we have the CC for lands, who has already spoken. And thank you for your service and for your commitment. Even though you are now completing your term, you have remained extremely committed to the issues, and we are very, very happy. You know, in African tradition, when, even though your brother is the one who took the cows to herd and they maybe caught the pregnancy during that period, the one that really counts is when the cow actually delivers. And thus we are very pleased that the cow is going to deliver during our term on this affordable housing matter. So we are very, very pleased. So on behalf of the people of Homa Bay, let me welcome you, Chairman, and your team to our great county of Homa Bay, the land of endless potential and the land of legends. I am delighted by the proposal to initiate the affordable housing project in our county. This is an opportunity for us to address part of the deficit in the housing sector that we are facing as a county and as a country. Let me most sincerely thank His Excellency Dr. William Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, who visited our county last month and made pronouncements on the national government's intent to kickstart this very beneficial program in our county. We welcome this idea with open arms. My government is alive to the need to engage in intergovernmental relationship as provided in the law, and we will support every initiative geared towards creating space for the development of our people. We are very keen to forge and foster development-oriented partnerships and relationships. This project will see the construction, as we have discussed, and as you have said, of about 400 houses in this first phase in Homa Bay town, going at affordable rates that can make them available to our people. My administration is fully in support of this initiative that will help us cut down on the suffering of our residents. Our residents have experienced more so urban dwellers due to lack of decent homes in Homa Bay town. In order to ensure that we focus on the need to expand our urban housing capacity, I recently, through the County Executive Order No. 1, established a portfolio under the Department of Housing and Urban Development with an accounting officer whose work will be to provide bankable solutions on how we can resolve the housing challenges that we are facing. This is a sector where we are going to invite many partnerships to ensure that our urban areas are developed in terms of housing. We have opportunities not just in Homa Bay, we have opportunities in Oyugis, we have opportunities in Kindu Bay, Mbita, Ndiwa, together with other sub-county headquarters that are currently growing at high rates. The 5 municipality delineation reports are currently before our county assembly, and I urge them to fast track this matter so that we can issue municipal charters to 4 new municipalities. That is Ndiwa, Mbita, Kindu Bay and Oyugis, in addition to the newly delineated Homa Bay before the end of the year. So our urban population is rapidly growing, leading to a compelling reason to plan on how to accommodate the arriving opportunity seekers and potential investors who want to dwell here. This has led us into strategizing on how to put in place proper sanitation systems together with enhancing availability of water for every household in town. We are working on these very urgent matters. So I understand that this project that we have will be rolled out in 3 phases. The first one will begin with 110 units being done under Sector A, with the first 110 houses. The groundbreaking will happen later this month, and that is what I think the chairman and the MD have both said His Excellency the President will be coming to launch. I want to call upon local residents to start preparing to raise bids to buy these houses. These houses will be bought by ourselves. Sisi tu watu wa hapa. Let's not think that people are going to come from somewhere else to buy. People who live elsewhere have already bought houses there. So us who live here in Homa Bay, we are the ones who are going to be #1 priority in buying these houses. It will be improper to let an opportunity of this magnitude pass or have the benefit go to wealthy individuals from outside our county. We don't want to see other people coming and buying the houses and then renting them to us. So we must begin preparing. Hata kama ni kulima, tuanze kulima miwa na mahindi, tuuze huko Kigoto, tutengeneze pesa, tulete tununue manyumba hapa sisi wenyewe. My administration is already thinking of partnering with financial institutions to create a facility that can be available on check of plan through mortgage to support our staff who can qualify to be able to purchase some of the units when the project is complete and the houses are ready for buyers. I'm hoping that NHC will give priority to individuals who in the ordinary are not able to afford this kind of houses at commercial rates to access them. Women, especially widows, and those starting young families need to be considered. I plead for one beneficiary, one unit rule to ensure that as many people as possible benefit and that people don't hoard, don't buy many houses and hoard them, instead of just our local people getting one beneficiary, one unit. Let me also make an appeal to NHC and to the contractor who will come that our local young people should be given priority for recruitment as workers and suppliers of building materials into the project. We already discussed the women stone cutters. We have the best stones here in the region. It would be sad to see that coming from elsewhere. We have the best sand also. It would be sad to see that coming from elsewhere. But we also have the best artisans who can do good windows, good doors, good parts for the houses. And I hope that this will not be left for the contractor to decide, that this will be part of the agreement, that this amount of work must actually go to this particular group, so that it is not left for the contractor to decide. It should be part of the agreement as we move forward. And as we discussed inside, we agreed that the role of the county government is to ensure that our young people, our MSMEs, are organized, whether it's into cooperatives or into groups that can enable them to actually benefit in an organized fashion from the opportunities that will be presented. Because again, if we are disorganized, we cannot be able to benefit. If everybody is going in their own individual way to the contractor, we might not be able to benefit to the extent that we would if we were organized and we came as groups. So that is our responsibility. We will take it. We will organize our groups. We will guarantee them in the banks. We will ensure they can access capital and they can supply what they need to supply for these houses. Because this is also our opportunity to put money in the pockets of our people, especially our young people and our women, persons with disabilities, entrepreneurs. We will look for all categories. We are serious. Chairman, we are serious. Homa Bay is serious. We are going to move. Everything that we need to do, we will do. Tumejitayarisha, we have folded our sleeves, and Homa Bay is not Homa Bay ya jana, ni Homa Bay ya leo na ya kesho. So we are serious. We will move at the speed that we need, so that we get our people in place and so that they benefit maximally. So with those many remarks, I really just would like to thank you once again, to reassure you of our commitment, and to say that between 25th and 30th, or whenever it will please His Excellency to come and break ground for these houses, we will be ready to welcome him, and we will be ready to do everything that is within our power to ensure it happens. I thank you again for assuring us that the fish market will be part of the conversation of the broader affordable housing, and I thank you because the department has already landed and they're already looking at designs possible for a proper fish market for our women, so that they can be able to sell in an area that makes sense to them. And also on that part, we will do our part in terms of conversation and public participation, so that the program can move on without any hitches. With those very many remarks, I thank you, and I thank you all for coming to witness this very historic precursor to the groundbreaking that will happen here later in November. Asanteni sana, and God bless you, and God bless Homa Bay County, and God bless Kenya. Na kwa sasa, I would like to just call upon the chairman, with whom we will proceed to the signing ceremony. What we are signing today is an MOU. Sorry? It's an agreement. What we are saying is, what will Homa Bay do, and what will NHC do to make sure that this program is successful. That is what we are putting pen to paper. We are saying we will, give land, whatever is necessary. All these things we are saying is what is in black and white now, so that everybody can meet their side of the bargain. Asante sana.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Ladies and gentlemen, a hearty clap for Excellency.